What is up, guys? My name is Ark, and my brawls are quite simply the best of them all. Besides, for my very special guest for today, the legend, the man, the bull master, Pika's in the house. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing fine. I cannot wait to do this interview.
It's been a long time coming, bro. It's been a long time coming. How long have we been trying to get this together for, man? How long?
At least like half a year.
I know, but it couldn't have come at a better time because Pika, I applaud you, bro. 1,000 trophies with Bull this season. Pika, you've been going back. You've been renowned as being one of the best bulls in the entire game of Brawl Stars. And finally, why did you not do it sooner, bro? Why have you only just got to 1,000 trophies now?
It's just I kept focusing on like school and like my actual life instead of Bull.
No, I can understand that. Yeah, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. You wanted to put life in front of Brawl Stars, which I think is a pretty wise decision. And of course, school must come first. But congratulations nonetheless, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about like, you know, what you did to achieve that. First and foremost, like what would you say are the best game modes for Bull in your opinion to push trophies in?
Heist, number one.
Number one, yeah. Yeah.
He's always been really just good at heist ever since it got changed from defending and attacking to both attacking, really.
Yeah.
Then, after that, I would say gem grab. There are a few maps which really specialize in close-range brawlers, and obviously, Bull is a close-range brawler, so that's going to work out well for him.
Absolutely.
Right after that, I would say Brawl Ball. There are a few maps where the walls is very compact, so he can either get chip shots, which lets him get his super, or he gets pushed into someone else, and he excels when he's right next to someone.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then after that, I would say Showdown. There's 3 maps with lots of grass, and obviously Bull is a camper, really, when it comes to grass.
Yeah, I think the memes on Reddit will absolutely agree with you there.
Yeah. So you just gotta camp your way to number 1, get that easy epic victory royale. Last one, Bounty. There's a few maps you can play them on, but it's not the best. You have to really keep it more in like a lower cup range.
Yeah, I guess in Bounty it's so rife with like long-range brawlers in the majority of maps. Piper's pretty much the number 1 brawler for Bounty, then Brock. Penny's pretty strong right now in Bounty too, so yeah, I can understand that. It's difficult in that respect to kind of like farm your super enough to kind of use it to get close to a Piper, who probably by that time has already got her super and can just jump away anyway, so... You
are not going to be able to do anything but feed.
Yeah, exactly that. So, okay, great. So those are the best game modes in their order. That's great. And what about like the best maps in your opinion? Starting with like gem grab. Where's the best way to push trophies with Bull in your opinion and gem grab?
Well, first of all, Stone Fort is amazing. But if you stay in that middle box, it's really hard for the enemy brawlers to get control.
Yeah.
You and your team can hold mid, get all the gems, and retreat back to your spawn once the countdown starts.
What other maps for gem grab?
I would say Chill Cave, simply because if you look at it, it's kind of compact a little, and that means you can usually get chip shots, which lets you build your super, which lets you then make plays. And it's compact, so it's just your range is not as much of a deficit as say something like Deep Siege, where it's a bit more open, it's harder to get your super, and it's just harder to play in general. Any
other maps that you recommend for gem grab?
2 more. Death Cap Cave. There's more grass, so you can camp a little more if you like that. Since it feels a little more compact, and that's the main like key to playing Bull on most maps. The more compact and the more walls they are, the closer you usually be to an enemy brawler, which means you get more supers, which covers your deficit of short range. Last gem grab map, Hard Rock Mine. There's an opening up on the left side that lets you go into like the enemy spawn territory. It allows you to spawn trap the enemy with Bull really well if you go up left side.
It's interesting, isn't it? Like how like since the 3D kind of update, as we call it, has like made some brawlers kind of like less strong. Like Rico for the longest time was so
Rico
dominant.
Just got destroyed.
It was so dominant in gem grab for like the longest time, and it just absolutely wrecked him. But for Bull, the opposite.
Yeah, like because there's more grass on most maps.
Yeah, more room to be sneaky. Okay, so what about Showdown? What's your best maps for pushing Bull in Showdown?
I would say Island Invasion, because there's a lot of grass on the first, like, maybe 30 seconds of the Showdown game. And then after that, it's also surprisingly not too hard to be able to, like, camp your way in to top maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Then Cavaturn, it's a bit hard at the first few stages unless you go in mid because of it's really similar to like maps that will have lots of throwers until like maybe the last 30 seconds of the game, where the gas closes in and you're in a bunch of grass where bullet cells. Finally, Feast or Famine. It's basic. In my opinion, it is the best bull map.
It always has been, bro. It always has been. He's just excelled.
When it first came out, I knew it was going to be a good map, and it still is. Because the mid, if you get all the boxes, like a 20 power bull, you will destroy everything.
Okay, what about, well, you said Bounty's like the least viable for bull, so we maybe said it to last, but what about Heist? Heist is his best game mode. What do you say for Heist?
Basically, every map he's usable, but I was saying 3 maps he's a little tougher to use because of their open ranges. One is Cactus Corridor because it's just pretty open in the middle, so it's tough for you to push up and get chip shots for your super. After that, Fancy Fencing. I was gonna say,
I wasn't sure I heard you right. Fancy. Let's go with Fancy. What about Fancy?
Alright, something about it, just to me, it's a bit tough to play.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit more lobber dominated because there's so many little walls that the lobbers hide behind, and it's a little harder to push up and get control. Finally, last map that I think he's not too good in, but still usable, is Bandit Stash. The mid is really wide open, and unless you break like the top walls, it's kind of hard to really go up because it's just one massive choke point.
Okay, so moving on to Brawl Ball then, and then finally Bounty. What are the best maps for Brawl Ball?
So 3 maps, starting with the best one in my opinion, Sneaky Fields, because the middle, it's lots of grass. You can use it for camping.
Yeah.
Just and there's lots of cover as well. So if you use cover properly with bow, you can push up, and there's plenty of that on this map.
Yeah.
And after that, Pinot Punt as well. In mid, there's some nice patch of grass that you can use to your advantage, as well as the sides. And the way the blocks are set up, it's good for cover. You can push up easily.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Triple Dribble as well is a very compact map, and that means you can usually get chip shots because of how small the map is. And once you get your super, you can start making good plays in Brawl Ball. Yeah, those are my 3 maps that I would like put one above all.
Do you try to be the ball carrier in Brawl Ball, sorry, or are you trying to be aggro?
No, I try to be aggro field control. It's either I usually have a Mortis, or we just like hope for the best.
So finally then, Bounty, right? Was that what we were saying till last? Yeah, Bounty.
Yeah, because there's this one map I do push on a little bit on my main account, which is Canal Grande. As long as you keep control and don't get pushed into your spawn, you can actually have good success because of all the bushes. And as long as there's no like meteor game mode for this map, it will be good because the grass won't be destroyed. Then after that, I would say Outlaw Camp is good until you start facing max bows, because the star power sees the entire like grass section.
Yeah.
But until that happens, you can play him because there's lots of grass, and if you stay in mid as well, you can get some nice control, and people will probably just start feeding you. Stone Fort is basically bone box. You want to go into mid, keep control, and I think if you play that until maybe like the 300 cup range, until people really start playing long range brawlers, then it's much harder, but still doable if you really want to. Final map, Snake Prairie. It's a good map until you start facing max bows, because they can see all of the grass. And until you start facing max bows, it would be Bow's absolute best map because it's all grass.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like when you start facing other brawlers at like the higher trophy range, like they're more likely to have their star power. So that's like a direct nerf for Bull for sure. So what about the meta right now for Bull? Like, he's obviously viable for you in many of these maps. I'm actually really surprised. We went on probably longer than we would normally on these videos talking about the maps, because in your opinion, he's actually really viable. Like, how strong do you think he is? And is it just more that your knowledge of Bull is so much more than the majority of other people that you probably, you know, can play him more?
I think it's me that, like, my knowledge of Bull lets me play him on many more maps than what people usually would.
So would you say he's like below average, or just average in the meta right now?
It's like, the thing is, you could play him on maps, but do you really want to play him on maps?
Yeah.
Like, he's doable on a good amount of maps, but there's always a better option on most maps.
I'll be honest, bro, like in a lot of the top 5s that I've been doing, he doesn't even come into the honorable mentions. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, how easy do you think he is to push right now at the moment in Brawl Stars?
It's just because of my knowledge of Bull. Like, out of 10, 1 being easiest, 10 being hardest, I would say maybe a 5.
Right, so bang in the middle then. Like, so he's actually quite an average brawler by the sounds of it, in your opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion. Like, he could do with a small buff, but that's really it.